classic fashion, I recorded a video yesterday that I didn't end up posting. And today I just feel like talking. Because I don't feel well. I don't feel healthy, I suppose. But I want to be articulate about what those words mean as much as possible. Because I know it's easy to say things, and we're taught to say things like, I don't feel well, I don't feel good. And to make that into a different statement. To make it into a problem. And I want to be as honest as possible about all of it, because it's not a problem. It's not a problem to feel unhealthy, to feel sick. It can be frightening. It can be challenging. And something that I still struggle a lot to accept and allow in myself is to acknowledge that it is contrast. It does showcase a desire or highlight a desire in me for the experience of wellness. That's true. But that doesn't mean to the exclusion of unwellness. And that doesn't mean that something is wrong right now. That doesn't mean that this shouldn't be happening. Yes, I still have a hard time letting contrast be contrast, but it's because of the habitual added contextualization and discussion from society, from the broader social group, from the mind, from the egoic mind, and really the broader social group as a reflection of the egoic mind, that says contrast is unwanted, when that absolutely isn't the case. So it's a little bit more nuanced of a discussion to say and admit to the fact that we want to experience some things that we don't necessarily like at a different level. So there's these levels of things. It's I like to dislike things, and I like to have experiences of things that I dislike, and awareness of preference. But there is simultaneously the awareness of really no preference, right? So it's kind of, because I am liking experiencing the dislike, right? I have a preference, you could say, or really a lack of preference, because I want to experience everything. I want to feel all the things, so nothing is really truly bad. Nothing is really truly unwanted. But at a more surface level, there are things that a more surface part of me enjoys in a different way. I don't want to say doesn't enjoy, because that doesn't feel quite right. Enjoys in a different way. Enjoys the resistance to. Enjoys the contrast of. And enjoys a dislike of. Dislike even feels like a bit strong of a word. But I know I have had a lot of difficulty in myself accepting contrast as contrast. But that as soon as I do, it stops feeling actually so icky, so contrasty. I actually do, once I just say, this is challenging and I don't want to feel this forever. I don't want to feel this forever. It's like then I permit myself to take a breath and say, but it is what's happening right now, and that's okay. And then it really is okay, and it really does feel okay. I seem to need both parts. Sounds very basic, because it is ultimately very basic, but I forget very basic things very often. That I need to allow myself to experience dislike. That I actually like disliking things. That I actually enjoy that. And when I simply do allow that to be the case, when I let myself feel sick and in pain, because I've been in some pain. I first kind of tweaked something in my shoulder, and then slept weird, and it went to my neck, and then I lifted stuff at work yesterday in an awkward way, and twinged something in my back, and now it's this, like, everything is kind of radiating, and the back of my head hurts when I swallow, so there may be some sort of, like I'm coming down with something, and I had a lot of resistance to really even experiencing this. So caught up in the mind, in the fear of what it meant, what it means to feel sick, to feel unhealthy. That it means bad things. It means that I've been doing something wrong. It means that this is the way that I'm gonna feel forever, or it's just gonna get worse, and that it's gonna kill me, and that is the story that wants to take over, and that ultimately keeps me from even just accepting that this is what's happening. It certainly keeps me from accepting that this is simply happening and isn't a thing that's been done. It hasn't been done to me. I didn't do it. Nobody did it. The universe didn't do it to me. This is just happening. This is just the experience of the body right now. That it's okay to let myself say I don't like it. It's okay to feel that feeling. It's okay to feel scared, that it's scary. It's okay to feel sad, to feel confused and vulnerable, right? To feel vulnerable. And it's okay to also admit and acknowledge the desire side of that, being I would like to feel safe. I would like to feel a sense of relaxation and ease about my well-being, about well-being in general, that it isn't my responsibility. I would like to allow well-being not to be a personal responsibility. There's certainly emotion here. I would like to let go of the burden of well-being. A sense of burden, not the desire for it. I'm recognizing that also. I would like well-being. I would like well-being. I would like ease in my experience. I would like that. But the feeling of burden, the feeling of ease in my experience being something that I am responsible for, that feels directly contradictory. That's what I would like to let go of. It feels directly contradictory to say I would like ease in my experience, but I must be personally responsible for that. Personal responsibility isn't ease. That there it is. There's work. There's stress. There's struggle. There is turning something into a burden. You can't turn ease into a burden. That's the opposite. That's the opposite. That's converting it from levity into density. To make ease my personal responsibility, and to make well-being a personal responsibility, that's stress. To stress and struggle for well-being, again, these feel like opposites. I would like well-being. I would like ease. But it seems to me that these are not my job. Not even something that I have that sort of direct control over. In fact, it feels like the moment I try to have direct control over well-being and ease, that I have destroyed them, for lack of a better word. I've squeezed the very essence of them out. To try to control ease, to make well-being to work work for well-being just feels like stress. How can I create anything there but stress? I'm so tired of feeling personally responsible. And I know that, I'm just being honest, I can hear in my own mind the narrative response against that says, too bad, tough cookies, kid. You're born into this world where you're personally responsible for everything. It calls this feeling a problem, certainly, and defective, a defect. And there's all the self-help, spiritualist stuff that comes in that says you're just afraid of your power. You're just afraid of your power. Power over. That's not power. That's domination. The power over anything is domination. I'm not afraid of that. It says you're afraid of taking responsibility. You're afraid of... Because I don't want to dominate anything? Because that doesn't feel right to me? Including emotions. Because I don't want to dominate the emotions moving through me. I don't want to wrestle the thoughts that I experience to the ground and force them to submit to me, to my will, which must be superior. Right, because my will is superior, because I know better. My way is the better way. That's what that all sounds like to me. It reeks of exceptionalism. I don't want personal responsibility for ease and well-being. Yes, I do want ease and well-being. I do. I want that. But it also feels like if I were to turn that into a thing that I was pursuing, if I'm seeking that, if I am endeavoring to enact well-being, to create the conditions of ease, it's turned into a need. If I can't allow things to be as they are, to say, yes, I want to know my well-being, I want to experience it, I want to experience ease, and I want to experience greater ease. And every time that I feel what feels like a challenge of that, an interruption to that, I have renewed and intensified desire for ease and for well-being in my experience. But if I then go about trying to make those things be so, then it feels to me that it's shifted from the realm of desire to the realm of craving, to the realm of demand, of need, of now I need well-being. It's one thing to say, I like it, I want it, I really do. It's a different thing entirely, and you can feel the difference in energy to say, I need it. I need well-being to be well. I need well-being to I don't even know, to exist. I need well-being to be okay. I need it. I need ease. That feels like actually a different sort of how do I put this? I'm actually not taking responsibility in this. And those words are challenging to me. But actually, if I'm saying that I need conditions to be a certain way, it's one thing. It's an entirely different thing to say, I feel sick and this is challenging and I feel tired and I feel scared and I feel unsafe and uncertain and I really want to experience well-being. I recognize that and I want to experience ease. But when I can feel, when I really honestly say those things and I'm in that feeling space, I feel more well-being. I feel more ease. I still feel sick. I'm still in pain. There's still fear here. I still don't know what's going on. But when I just say I want to feel more well-being and I let it be this pure desired thing where I'm also fully accepting what's happening right now, I actually do feel more peace. I actually do feel a different sort of deeper wellness, a sense of okayness, that this is okay, that everything's okay. This is just what is right now, and it's okay. And some ease opens up. I can feel that. There's a relaxing, there's an allowing. And none of it has to do with demanding that something be different on the surface. Demanding of myself that I need to do something. I need to do something to create a condition to allow myself ease and well-being. I don't know. This manipulation of conditions, that's what feels like giving up power. That's what feels like giving up power. To say, I don't want to be personally responsible for well-being and ease, but I want these things. I'm actually allowing conditions to be as they are. I'm allowing an experience that feels like unease. I'm allowing an experience that feels like unwellness. I'm allowing myself in the fullness of that to say, this feels difficult, this feels challenging. I would like to feel wellness. I would like to know well-being. I would like to know ease. But actually then I'm realizing that I'm knowing it, that this experience, how can I already know this, but it's happening right now. This experience isn't keeping me from knowing well-being and ease. It's just highlighting it in a different way. That's what it is. That's what the contrast is. It's like underscoring it. It's highlighting it in a different way. By being the experience that appears opposite and pushing me gently into this place of asking, of saying, I would really like to feel well, by forcing me, not even forcing me, by just presenting to me, by being what is in front of my face. If a feeling of not well-being, a feeling of unease, of dis-ease is what's in front of me, and I'm really honest about that, and I look at that and say, this shows me so much more clearly what ease is to me. This paints a clearer picture of what well-being is, actually. Because I'm seeing this contrast, because I'm seeing this, this negative space, this other experience. And I'm letting it be what it is, and I'm saying, wow, I actually really like ease. I really like well-being. In that moment of saying, I really like well-being, I'm directly in contact with it. Nothing has changed. I still feel the pain and the sickness, but I'm in direct contact with well-being and with ease. And I actually feel this relief of letting go of the burden of creating conditions for well-being. I see that I don't need to create conditions to be in touch with it. I don't need to control conditions to be in touch with ease. And then I am taking the power back into myself. If you even want to call it power, I don't know, empowerment. I am no longer demanding, dominating conditions, life, the universe, whatever. I'm no longer demanding that things must change. I'm just saying I really like well-being. And I'm realizing that even more clearly because of this experience that I'm in. I really like ease. I would really like to experience ease. I would really like more ease in my experience. But this is what it is right now. Immediately the ease is here. Immediately an increased sense of well-being is here. I still feel sick. I still don't know what's going to happen, but it's here. I just want to reiterate to myself that I would like to give up the burden of personal responsibility for well-being and the burden of personal responsibility for ease. That's it. I'm here. I gotta go. I love you. Take it easy.